Guys, now is the time to be very bullish because today's movie gives us the proof we need. Plus, it looks like the charts are also very strong. Okay, let's start with the most important thing. I think this is a time when Jim Cramer will be right. It's true that Jim Cramer says bullish, right? Don't forget that he's wrong about 90% of the time, right? That's not right. But to be honest, I think this is the only time he's not a counter indicator. Why? Because these institutions are just getting together and not stopping. Guys, someone stop them because they're not. So what does it mean that BlackRock bought 4,000 Bitcoin today? Both Fidelity and Grayscale bought a lot of Bitcoin, which makes it seem like everyone is watching. Guys, why is that? That means they think a pump is coming soon, right? Truth Society files for Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF with the New York Stock Exchange. Okay, guys, this is getting really silly now. Okay. It seems like they have a lot of faith in Bitcoin and Ethereum, which is related to alt season. Guys, I'm not going to talk about all of alt season. Also, I'd like to say that it's just around the corner. Do not lose. I hope we're almost there. We need Bitcoin to take off and make a new all-time high. Only then will the real start of this bull cycle be possible. Based on one question and one factor, the Fed did lower interest rates. That's the most important thing, right? Among other things, this is the most important thing that Trump has done. What a difference this would make if things go badly in the future. Rates should go up. That person is so stupid and stubborn. I hope Congress really gets tough with them. It looks like the Fed talked about whether they should cut rates or not at the meeting today. What do they think about banks and the markets? Because tariffs might not have as much of an effect as thought. One member of the Fed board wants interest rates to go down in July. Look at that. Our schedule is now official. Didn't we say that the steep move will likely start between the end of this month and the beginning of next month? Okay, so we're just around the corner right here, guys. XRP has been going up and down for a long time, and it's finally about to happen. That's true for both Bitcoin and XRP, guys. They want rates to go down. That is really strange. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says that inflation has gone down a lot, but is still pretty high. Fed Chair Jerome Powell says they are not lowering interest rates because this year's inflation is expected to rise significantly. That's what they tell guys. The Federal Reserve has a good reason to wait and see about lowering interest rates. I think they are waiting to see what happens with taxes in the economy. Tariffs that are likely to make prices go up hurt the business. There was no instant sign that interest rates would be lowered. Powell's not ready to cut rates, though. Is he or is he not? The real question is he lying through his teeth? We could find out that by visiting this website, CME Group, okay, FedWatch tool. The meeting is on July 30. It's like the most important meeting ever, guys. The reason for this is that 81% of the market thinks the Fed will still keep rates the same, okay? That means the Fed is still not ready. There is, however, a 20% chance that the Fed will cut rates next month. Yes, guys, that's really up there. There's a 20% chance that the Fed will cut rates, and then the rising wave of prices will start. September, though, September is over. 70% chance that the first rate will be cut. Time frame, at most by September, at most by July. If they don't come this month in July, September will be the end of the wait. But I think they might in July because that share drone Palisades and ACC is going through a slowdown. It looks like the business is doing well. Why aren't they cutting? It looks like 8 cuts are coming up soon, guys. The Fetcher. Jerome Powell just said that banks can now serve the Bitcoin and crypto business. Let's go. Okay, the guys who want to cut rates are so optimistic about Bitcoin and crypto right now that we might not even need them. We all know that Tether is like the Federal Reserve for coins, right? Since they print a lot. It looks like the real Fed is now behind crypto. Pay attention to this. I believe that most people are not aware of how big of a deal it was between the Fed and the banks. Now, banks are going to get into crypto. To say it again, banks are free to do whatever they want with cryptos. Buy and sell offering services. We actually said this would happen, and now the bank money is about to slowly come in. Guys, it looks like Bitcoin will really go to $1 million. Just look at XRP 200, the Ethereum 200K. The Fed is about to cut rates. Banks are going to offer services to cryptos and the crypto business. More ETFs are being released than ever before, and everyone is excited. What's going on? Being bullish is that's it, guys. No, it's funny because he looks stressed out to me. He does look stressed out, guys. What's going on behind the scenes? I don't know what he did, but he definitely just gave crypto guys the green light. The AC Senate just sent a great stablecoin crypto bill to the House. That's one more thing that cryptos have done right, right? The smart bill is about to become law. House, the president will sign it. And that's all there is to it, right? In short, it changes the game because it has full asset backing and monthly reserve reports, and licenses that are really strict mean more trust and less danger. With clear rules, stablecoins can finally become widely used. Here comes Cynthia the Senator, says, what the last market structure bill did and what the Senate Banking Committee needs to think about in the next few weeks. So now we don't have to deal with some of the problems we did when we used stablecoins. We will begin the market structure part of regulating digital assets by going over some general rules and guidelines that will guide the committee's review of joint market structure legislation. That's why we put those ideas out this morning. Chair Scott, Tillis, Haggerty, and I all signed them, right? The switch has been turned on. Since they turned the switch on, we should be very bullish on cryptocurrencies. Also, the administration of President Trump could use executive orders to stop banks from cutting crypto firms off in order to end Operation Choke Point 2. Okay, great news for bulls everywhere, guys. Coming from every direction is crazy. We couldn't even dump as hard. Here's my plan. If Bitcoin closes above some number like 110K or somewhere in this range, that's it. It's time to make a higher high, and Bitcoin will likely go to 120K or 130K or somewhere up there, right? And extra people do go to about $10.00. As soon as we cross this horizon, okay, it looks like things will go well. I would like to check. Wait, let's look at this chart first. Oh, now we have support at 16K, guys. Hold 106K. Next resistance will be 111K, and after that, it will be 120K. Check that out. After that, it will cost 150K. Guys, it's getting there, right? If we're being honest, I think it's already started. That's it. Now, this analyst says that if Bitcoin breaks through 106K, which I believe it will do, we'll go to around 110K. But first, this area needs to be cleared. It's go time, guys, if that's okay and that gets cleared. BC called it back. People who support Bitcoin have been calling for this kind of ABC correction for a while now, and it finally happened because he looked at these other two fractals from the past. Basically, from now on, we should set new all-time highs, and if Bitcoin does that, XRP is about to skyrocket to double digits of $10.00. Okay, we're right on the edge of this big move. It seems like, especially when things are going against us, right? So the crowd's feelings never went back, even after they were almost at an all-time high. It's a wall of fear, and it will stay that way through this. We'll be wrong about that in the end.